Welcome into RedHawk Softball Weekly. Luke Poley joined by head coach of the Miami RedHawks in her first year, Mandy Gardner-Colgate. Coach, first weekend done as a head coach. How's it feel?
Feels great. Yeah. I felt like I was so uh just excited, nervous, all the feelings leading up to it. Obviously, there was a lot of softball being played on Thursday.
Mhm.
So I think watching them, I was just ready to get going. And of course, we played in the evening on Friday, so sitting around all day, kind of just felt all the emotions, just extremely grateful and blessed to get going with this group. And yeah, it was just really exciting time.
So for this team, obviously there's been, well documented success over the last few years with this program, right? But with the amount of turnover that the roster has obviously had. How important is it for you guys? You look at the top three in your lineup, and you've got Kunkel, Parks, Golembeski, hitting as your top three. How important is that familiarity, kind of with those players that have been here and won with this team already?
Yeah, I mean they've been just such great teammates. I think that's the biggest thing. Just getting everybody on board. They know the expectations. They know what it takes to be successful and win. And so we really look upon them to get everybody on board. And I think other teams definitely it's a tough top three to start the game with. And continuously this weekend they kept coming up in big moments, and that's exactly who we won up in those moments. So they've been great. I'm just so excited for them, their senior year, just to get out and just have some fun and play against some of the best competition preseason, and then obviously going into conference and go for a fourth ring for them, which will be really exciting.
You got to open the season against your Maryland Terrapins, of which you're an alum. But obviously, this team is scheduled tough when it comes to these early season tournaments for a number of years now. So, what did you think about your squad's competitiveness in the first weekend?
Oh, I was very pleasantly surprised. When I was putting together the schedule, obviously with how much we lost, especially from an offensive standpoint, what better way to see kind of where we're at by playing the best in the country? And so I was just really impressed with their tenacity, their grit. I mean, when we were down, they never gave up. Just that no fight or no kind of like quit mentality. They continue to fight through all the games, which is really cool to see, no matter who we were playing. So just gets us ready, right? Gets us ready for conference, gets us ready for postseason. These are the type of teams that are going to be in regionals. So, if we end up back in a regional, we'll be pretty familiar with the talent and the teams that we're facing. So, but I was just really impressed. We saw some really quality pitching this weekend. All five teams had some studs on the mound. We saw, I think, three kids that pushed 70. So, and I don't think we're gonna maybe see that in another weekend, but was really impressed with just their grit, how hard they played, and just hanging with the best. I mean, we were in every single game. Unfortunately, I think we kind of beat ourselves in some of them, which is a little bit reassuring that we weren't getting beat. We were just beating ourselves. So we just need to take care of some of the little things, take care of the ball, have a little bit better at bats later in the game, and don't press. Just go up and give the team a good at bat and just keep moving on the lineup. But really proud of the our lower lineup there, especially against Utah. They went up 5-3. Our lower of the lineup was up, and they ended up pushing 2 runs across to take us into extras, which was really cool to see. So, really great moments, a lot of positives, a lot of learning opportunities for us, and we're excited to get back at practice and work on those and continue to get better each weekend. So.
In the circle for you guys, Maddie Reeves was pretty solid in her freshman year, and she's back, which again is another important returner for you guys. And you also added Leia from the junior college level, and those two got the bulk of the innings, obviously, in week one. So, what do you think of your pitching?
Yeah, on Friday night, I think they were just a little nervous. Leia has never faced a lineup like that or in an environment like that. ASU's stadium is pretty big and their fans are pretty ruthless, which is awesome, makes for a fun environment. But I think the moment was really great for them to experience. They struggled a little bit on Friday from like a free bases standpoint, but I really challenged them to come back better the rest of the weekend, and they did. So I was really proud of their response. Um, Friday night, we gave up some a little bit bigger hits, some pitchers counts hits, which I don't really love. And then obviously, like I said, the walks and the free bases kind of hurt us there. So just challenging them to be better on that aspect. And like I couldn't be more proud of them. I think Maddie Reeves ended up only walking one in her final two games that she threw, which what a response. I mean, that's tough, like especially after that opening night. So really proud of them. Felt like we were kind of firing on all cylinders on Saturday and Sunday a little bit better than we were on Friday. So just really excited about both of them. Excited to getting Shelby Krieger, our freshman, some more innings this weekend. But really proud of Maddie and Leia just for going out and competing against some really tough lineups. So.
With a roster that's experienced this much turnover and you're bringing in players from a lot of different avenues, how important are some of these early season tournaments just from a travel standpoint and getting to spend time on buses and planes and in hotels for your players who, they've had the whole fall to get to know each other, I'm sure, but to just have that extra layer of, um, togetherness, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, this fall was a lot of team building, a lot of getting to know each other with so many new pieces, including a new coaching staff. And that takes time. So I felt like we left right before the holiday break in December. I felt like we left just a really strong culture and team chemistry. And then we came back and then had J term, and that was awesome. We spent so much time together. We really felt like we were really bonding. We did a lot of team activities there as well. And so leading up to the weekend, we really felt like we had a really strong team culture that was together, that was supportive and had each other's backs. And I think that just continued through the weekend. It was really cool to see, once we put the lineup out, maybe some people that were fighting for a position and the other person won that. It was cool to see their support for that person, and just really being really great teammates in the dugout. And we have a smaller roster than most teams we played, but our dugout and our energy was just as loud as anybody, which was really fun. I think almost all of our kids are pretty hoarse and lost their voice, which means we're doing something right from an energy standpoint. But no, it was really cool, and I just feel like that no quit mentality. Everyone kind of had that whether they were in the game or not, and just picking each other up. And if someone didn't get it done, they had the full confidence that the person behind them was. And so, just really proud of everything. Honestly, I think it was a really exciting weekend to show kind of we were at, what we have, and obviously we can compete with the best. I mean, we hung in with everybody, and a few things here and there, and we come out on top on a lot of those games. So just excited to keep growing and learning with this group.
A 5 game weekend for you guys last weekend, another one coming up for you guys at the Carolina Classic here this weekend. What are some of the goals that your team is looking forward to? I know you talked about free bases a little bit and not beating yourselves in some of the close games, but what do you want to see out of your team this weekend?
Just continuing to get better and compete. South Carolina, I believe, is ranked this week. So playing a ranked team, we can just continue to compete with them and show them what we have. We're playing a really good Appalachian State team, who didn't lose a lot last year, and they had a quality year last year. So excited to see how we compete against them. And even Georgia State, they played a tough schedule last week, so their record doesn't maybe reflect the kind of team that they have. And Winthrop will be tough as well. And so, yeah, just excited to get out and kind of clean up some of the mistakes we made this last weekend, see if we can clean those up, and then just continuing to have good at bats throughout the game, bring the energy, from a pitching standpoint, limiting the big hits and the free bases. So, just getting a little bit better every game. I think that's our biggest goal, leading up until conference.
RedHawks are back in action at the Carolina Classic this weekend. Get things started against Appalachian State on Friday afternoon. They'll also take on South Carolina, Georgia State, and Winthrop over the course of the weekend. Coach, thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck this weekend.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.